Hello students. Though I have explained 4 chapters of literature to you, but still from class 11th I am continuously getting response about almost each and every chapter. Some children are responding, that's a pleasure. But some student has asked me, I believe that 10 times around, that they have not got the summary of the Summer of the Beautiful White Horse. I'll be attaching a PDF of the chapter also today to you so that you can understand the summary. And then I thought that I should also once again summarize it into few minutes so that you can once again understand the chapter. Children, the story revolves around two poor Armenian boys. They belongs to a tribe called Gargolians. The story is about Murad and Aram, who are cousins. The honesty and truthfulness are the beauty of this tribe, are the earned fame of the tribe, because the tribe is famous for these two things, that they are very honest and they are very true people. One more thing, that the tribe was a poor tribe. All the people into that tribe were fighting with their poverty. And nobody out of their tribe had horse. Now, because the chapter has a word horse also, so of course the horse has to be added in the story. So the story is that one day, Murad, who is around 13 years old, came to his cousin's house, Aram, who is 9 years old around, to invite him for a horse ride early in the morning around 4 o'clock. Aram came, he saw his cousin, and of course he saw that beautiful white horse. He could not believe his eyes, because he knew it that he and any other people into his tribe does not have horse. So the question mark was there into his mind, that from where has he got the horse? He kept thinking this. He asked his cousin also that from where he has got the horse, but he didn't reply anything, and he only said that if you're interested to take a ride, come down and we will go for a ride. Murad was a small child and of course was very much interested and exciting about the horse ride. So, thinking that my cousin will not do any such activity which could harm the goodwill of that tribe, he came down and they both went for a ride. When they were taking a ride, suddenly they saw that the sun is coming up and the world is about to rise. The people will going to wake up soon. So they had to take back the horse. They have to keep the horse back before the world get up. Into that hurry, they decided that day to hide the horse somewhere. Though Aram was very much nervous, he could not understand that what to do into such situation. If somebody will see them with the horse, they will keep a blame on to them. But Murad was very much relaxed and he said that you don't worry, I know a place where we can keep the horse. And they decided to go to a deserted vineyard. That vineyard was a farmer's vineyard called Fatwejan. And into that deserted vineyard of Fatwejan, they kept the horse. Though Aram was again worried that if anybody will going to see the horse, if the horse will going to create any sound, if anybody would come to know. But Murad was very much comfortable and he said, you don't worry about anything. I know the way to the horses. I know how to handle them. And I have conveyed the horse in such a manner that he will be hidden till tomorrow, and then we will take another ride. With this, they both went their home. That day, when Aram was taking his breakfast, he saw that one of his uncle, who is known to them, though he is not from that tribe, he is from some other tribe, but because he was alone, so he has earned this ability to speak that language which they people were speaking. So he came to the house and he was talking to the mother of Aram and was telling that I have lost my horse and I am very much upset because of it. My sore has become useless for me. Sore is, you know what is sore? Sore is that gadi. That gadi has become useless for him without horse. He has to walk every time. His leg is paining, and even the cost of the horse, he said that it costed around $60. So he was saying that everything is a loss for me due to my horse. And Aram was hearing everything. Aram could understand very well that the horse belongs to this farmer, and the name of the farmer is John Barrow. He could understand that the true owner of the horse is John Barrow. And then suddenly Barrow said that it's been around a month, my horse is not there with me. Aram was became little alive and alarming. And then he suddenly got up and he ran to the house of Murad. And you know that after reaching Murad's house, he didn't ask him to return back the house. In fact, he said that even I want to learn the horse riding, so don't give the horse back to him. Even he wanted him to be a good rider. And after that, they started taking those morning rides. And they kept taking the rides for 2-3 more days. And they were keeping the horse in the same deserted vineyard. One day, when they were returning back from their morning ride, John Barrow met them on the way. And suddenly, when John Barrow saw that beautiful white horse, he came closer to them, and Murad was still comfortable, but Aram became very nervous, and he thought that John Barrow will definitely recognize his horse and will blame us for stealing his horse. But Murad said that you don't worry. Well, the farmer, John Barrow, came to them and they said that, oh, what a beautiful horse you boys have. What is the name of your horse? Murad immediately responded that his name is my heart. He said, oh, he looks exactly like my horse. He was not saying that this is my horse. He said that it looks exactly like my horse. And he came closer. He even looked into his mouth to look the number of teeth, because that's the kind of recognition for the animals. He said that, oh, even it has the same number of teeth that my horse had. And his build and everything is like my horse. But still, he didn't say that it is my horse. And then he also said that, boys, if you would have belonged to some other tribe, if I wouldn't have known to your parents, if I wouldn't have been aware that your tribe is famous for the honesty and trust, then I would have said that this horse belongs to me. But because I know your parents, I know that your tribe cannot steal anything, so I won't say that. But then that created a thought into both the boys. And after that day, the boys decided to return back the horse of the John Barrow. So, into the next day, early morning, in spite of taking the rides, they went to the house of John Barrow, and suddenly they kept the horse back into his house.